Welcome back to Frontside Press with Jeff, Mike, and Julie. St. Patrick's Day edition.
Hi. Top of the morning to you.
Tip my hat to you.
Do you have your Lucky Charms? Do you want to kiss the Blarney Stone?
Getting ready for our second annual St. Patty's Day trip, which is we go see the biggest Red Sox game of spring training, the St. Patty's Day game at Fenway South.
The only thing worse than Yankees fans are Red Sox fans.
Hey, just because we're knowledgeable and we don't give a shit
I'm just saying.
doesn't make us bad. And we calmed down a lot once we broke the curse.
Yeah, that's true. It helped out a little bit.
We're really angry up until the idiots won. Probably one of the greatest Red Sox teams ever. Oh. It's gonna be
so happy St. Patty's Day. That's tomorrow. Today's the Thursday. Frontside Press every Thursday, 8-ish. So it's March 16th. We're a day early. So you can't take me away to the single screen because I lose my hat. And people can see my grayish balding head, and I want my hat. Otherwise, it defeats the whole purpose of the hat. Yeah, well, you got a double hat. You're okay.
That's in case I move. I still got one.
Exactly. That's why I'm trying to keep my one eye on the thing and one eye on the.
I don't know. I gotta tell you, wearing this hat, I don't think I'm gonna get like a derby.
Like all professional.
Yeah.
I've got those. I've got a bunch of those hats that look like newsboys, like the kind of flat top ones that like the boys used to use back in the day. They're good for people who don't have a lot of hair because they're not rough on your hat or on your head like a baseball hat is. Get like a nice little derby. Get you a cane. Nice. I like it.
Find me a pot of gold.
That's right. All right. I mean, pot of gold. Throw another shrimp on the Barbie. Oh, wait, that's not right.
Really? Shrimp on the Barbie?
We're going to drag out time. We gotta get time for people to log in. What do we have? Like two viewers probably?
Am I commenting?
I don't even know.
That's all right. People always watch later. Holy shit, 3 on YouTube. That might be a record for me. I'm up to like 987 subscribers. I'm getting closer.
Oh.
900?
That's the same number we've been at since like we started the show.
987, I think you said.
No, he's at 787, right?
No, I'm at 987. But I've been at 987 for like I've been at 97 for like 2 months. I don't know what's going on. I'm gonna start putting some crazy videos on here.
You gotta reset it. You can't just leave it there. Well, you gotta reset it.
You gotta reset it to see if there's any Irish questions.
So it's
gonna be an interesting show tonight.
Musings of MGL, right? That's what we gotta get.
Yeah, the YouTube channel is Musings with MGL.
Musings
on YouTube. Musings.
All right, we're gonna say that like 15 times. We need 13 people.
Yeah, Musings with MGL. Like, share, subscribe, tell all your friends. Frontside Press on Facebook.
If you're Irish, you need to go over to Musings with MGL.
That's right.
And subscribe. So that
I got check out my Irish shirt. It's a half American flag, half Irish flag there, showing my dual loyalties. I like it.
Nice.
The microphone looks odd.
I might not even be a Irish person. I don't know. I know. People have.
Weird. You can't really see that now.
I never really noticed it. You're like, that looks on. Like, holy crap.
The BBC. Yeah, but it makes me sound nice and smooth, though, baby. Nice and smooth. All right, you got a toast for us? You got an Irish toast?
You told me to wait.
Well, now we have 5 people watching, so I think we're good to go.
Oh, we're good to go. All right, I'm going to try to read the chicken scratch.
Oh, Mike Breckle says, "You look like a pimp."
Mikey is a
It's a
pimp. That
wee
man's
little
stud.
pimp, though. It's an Irish
That's a
pimp. He only
sexy
gets paid in
beast
gold
right there.
coins.
All right, ready? Get your drinks. Get them ready. Get them ready. Especially like your green drinks.
Yeah.
All right.
It's hard to tell.
May the blessings of St. Patrick's behold you wherever you go and whatever you do. May the luck of the Irish be there with you.
You can't read my chicken scratch.
Holy crap, that's bad.
Plancha? Is that fish?
They found stuff on caves that was easier to read than that stuff. I'm telling you, man. If this thing was like a derby,
It'd be cool.
yeah, I mean,
I guarantee
not
you can get a
green.
derby that looks like that.
Or if it had a big Red Sox logo on the front, that'd be awesome.
Oh, dear God.
Should wear that tomorrow to the game.
You realize we're in Florida, right?
Yeah.
And this thing would just melt on my head.
Yeah.
Like last year we were up on the Green Monster. Because for those of you who haven't been to, was it JetBlue Stadium, right? Fenway South. Like it's just a really cool place to see a game. But we sat up on top of that wall and we were like 38 feet from the sun. Like it was, it's cool because like you're sitting there, right? So you're sitting like this and they have a little rail. Like it's like that tall right here. So that you if you knock your beer over, it doesn't roll off. But then it's straight down. It's just like, oh, yeah, that's like 38 feet. You know.
Hey, Louis Soto's on.
What up?
Nice.
Right? Nah. Like it's just a really cool place. And what I thought was really cool is the stadium is the exact measurements of Fenway Park. Right? And then they got like the 4 practice fields behind it that, home plate's all in the same, like that, right? You know what I'm talking about. Right? You know what I'm talking about?
No.
They got four baseball fields that are all like the home plates are all like back to back to back.
Oh, okay.
And they, like a clover,
Okay.
so it's just
Right.
big giant field of 4 baseball fields, right?
Oh.
But off to the side, they got a Fenway Park practice field. So they got another field set up like Fenway, but with a big wall, and then like another thing over here, and then with a pole. So I thought that was really cool to see if people are, because there's no sense practicing on a field that isn't Fenway if you're going to Fenway. But if you're a Red Sox fan and you've been to Fenway, you should go to Fenway South and check it out because it's pretty cool. Although I have to drive, so I can't get liquored up on St. Patty's Day till I get home, which is a bunch of crap.
Can't that kid drive yet?
I know. He'll be 12 like next
know,
week.
I know.
Hey, did you talk to Spradley about the shirts?
No, I thought you were supposed to talk to him about the shirts. It's not my
I sent
friend.
you the. I sent you his number.
When? That's a lie.
I checked.
I don't
my
believe you
phone,
sent me his number. Prove it and double check. Maybe you did. If you did, I apologize. I didn't see it, but I don't remember you sending me his number. Otherwise, I'll text him or call him. But I don't think I have his number. I'm Facebook
know
friends
if
with
he's
him. No, I just
on.
messaged him through Facebook.
Yeah, Spradley would be on, I'm sure.
I'll message him. So, what do we want to talk about that Irish tonight?
What's that?
What do you want to talk about tonight? Irish drunk stuff. What do you want to talk about? Anything new going on in the gun world last week?
Just the stupid Biden stuff.
Yeah.
Like, we got to get somebody on. We got to get somebody on here that we can yell at or something.
Well, you've got that. Carrie, did you pull a couple of small clips from that stupid speech?
Oh,
let's do it. Let's get fired up. I want Mike to get angry tonight. Let's do it. Pick a clip and play it. Let's see what he says. Just pick a random one. We'll critique it.
On Memorial Day this past Monday,
Shut
Jill and
up,
I visited Arlington National Cemetery.
liar.
As we entered those hallowed grounds, we saw rows and rows of crosses among the rows of headstones with other emblems of belief, honoring those who paid the ultimate price on battlefields around the world. The day before, we visited Uvalde, Texas. In front of Robb Elementary School, we stood before 21 crosses for 19 third and fourth graders and 2 teachers. On each cross, a name, and nearby, a photo of each victim that Jill and I reached out to touch. Innocent victims murdered in a classroom that have been turned into a killing field. Standing there in that small town, like so many other communities across America, I couldn't help but think there are too many other schools, too many other everyday places that have become killing fields, battlefields here in America.
Battlefields.
Fuck him.
Ding.
Yeah, get it. You better get that ready.
Yeah, cat's on.
Is that your Irish
Cat,
response, or is that just your
Me
normal
and Vern got
response?
to talk to me soon. I got to talk to you guys.
So what's I like how he starts with the soldiers at Arlington and then compares them to the.
Well, he's
teachers
very
and the
impressed
kids.
because he's never been there. You know,
Yeah. Oh, you don't think so?
screw him. Like I don't know if he's been there or not. I don't give a shit because I hate him.
Right.
All right. He's an anti-American dipshit. You know, he's trying to strip us of our legal rights. And what he's doing is riding the back of, tragedies. And like, here's the deal. This is my theory on all his gun control. Okay. If he thinks making guns illegal is going to stop crime, okay, because that's a law, all he needs to do is just put signs up that say no crime, right? He should just make crime illegal, and then we won't have to worry about it. Because taking stuff away from me is not making the world safer. That's it. So I don't understand why he just doesn't make crime illegal. You know what we should make illegal? Corrupt friggin' politicians that steal from this country.
Yeah.
How about we make that illegal? How about that? Background check that, you bitch.
Lee Davis is watching. Hey,
What up,
guys
Lee?
and gals.
Yeah. Yeah. So he gave this big speech the other day, and he signed this big executive order. Everybody's is all worried about it. I'll do a separate video on it later on, but in a nutshell, in case anybody's wondering, it really doesn't do anything. So here's what happened. And I got this theory from our good friend Cynthia Clark, and I think she's correct. So Joe Biden signed a thing approving drilling in Alaska. So they finally approved like an 8 million acre or something drilling in Alaska. The first time he's done it since he's been in there. And everybody on the left got all pissed off and in a tizzy. AOC was all angry. They're all angry that he allowed drilling in Alaska. So he had to do something to get those people off his back because they're all angry about the Alaska thing. So he's like, I'll just declare an executive order on guns and go out there and make the left-wing wackos happy by saying I'm going to do something about guns. Yeah. When you read that order, it doesn't do anything. There's a long history of presidents writing orders that say, I'm directing the head of such and such department to research such and such. Okay? It's not an executive order. Doesn't do anything. It doesn't change any law. So that's basically what all this thing does. He ordered the attorney general to crack down on people who sell guns for profit not running background checks. It's already a crime. It's already a crime on the books that says if you're selling guns for profit, you can't do that without an FFL. So he just ordered the attorney general to do
now his job. It's really a crime.
Right. Because I wrote it on a piece of paper. The AG is now going to go out and do it. Like, that's all that it did. The other thing he put in there was they're going to do an effort to, I don't know if advertise is the right word, but they want to support, enhance red flag laws. So he ordered them to make commercials and do things like that to emphasize how great red flags are to try and get states to pass red flag laws. So it's like this marketing campaign for red flag laws. He ordered somebody to do research into gun violence and ways to stop gun violence. So like it's all stuff that people are already doing. So my advice is nobody should really get in a tizzy about it. It's really just a political stunt. It's just a way to get certain people off of his back. The actual order doesn't change anything. They say that it's going to lead us closer to universal background checks, but it doesn't expand any of the background check laws that already exist. And as one person said, if it actually does all the things that Joe Biden says that it does, it would be illegal because he'd be passing a law without Congress, because you can't do universal background checks without passing a law. So if he signs an executive order that actually creates universal background checks, that would be illegal and overturned. So if it actually did what he says that it did, it would be overturned. But which is why he knows it doesn't do what he says that it does, because it's not going to be overturned. So it's all big brouhaha about brouhahas.
It's just like,
that's my take.
He's such a crook, you know. He's so friggin' corrupt that it's just people. It's like this. People don't even care anymore. He can do whatever. He can break all the laws he wants. People don't even care. We're so beaten down by it. It's just like, well, what else is new? You know what I mean? Strip us for freedom. Take away everything. Like, you know, whatever. You know, like, can't the Democrats? I thought they were mad at him because that idiot said he was going to run again. Right? Can't they, like, I don't know, Hillary can't do anything about this? I mean, I'm just saying.
They're never going to run her again. Here's
all she got to do is all she got to do is push him down a flight of stairs.
Well, right.
Nobody can believe that he was pushed.
He's always one Kamala Harris spiked drink away from not being president anymore. The problem is, not to go off on a political tangent because it's a gun show, but the problem is something like 60-something% of Democrats don't want him to run again because he's old, et cetera, et cetera. But if he doesn't run, who's going to run instead? Right? They don't want they want Kamala Harris to run. She's got 10% approval rating. Pete Buttigieg isn't going to run because he can't even fix the freaking trains from running on time. So they don't have a bench. So if it's not him, whoever else they put up there is either going to lose to Trump or DeSantis. So they're stuck with him. They're going to hold him up weekend at Bernie style to get through the 2022 or 2024 election. Then when that election over, he'll probably make it 4 or 5 months into his thing, and then he'll retire. He'll resign. So they're stuck with him. They got nothing else to do. So this is where they got.
What we got?
You got any other clips?
Cody Johns is watching. Jim is watching. No comments.
All right.
Yeah, play another clip from the video. Let's see if we can get Mike more riled up.
What? You know I'm in
one
pain.
Message for all of us. Do something. Just do something. For God's sake, do something. After Columbine, after Sandy Hook, after Charleston, after Orlando, after Las Vegas, after Parkland, nothing has been done. This time that can't be true. This time we must actually do something. The issue we face is one of conscience and common sense. For so many of you at home, I want to be very clear. This is not about taking away anyone's guns. It's not about vilifying gun owners. In fact, we believe we should be treating responsible gun owners as an example of how every gun owner should behave. I respect the culture and the tradition and the concerns of lawful gun owners. At the same time, the Second Amendment, like all other rights, is not absolute.
Oh, really?
It was Justice Scalia who wrote, and I quote, like most rights, the rights granted by the Second Amendment are not unlimited. Not unlimited. It never has been.
It always has been. Why tonight do I have to watch that idiot? I'm in enough pain. Is this funny to you to torture me like this?
Yes.
You kick crutches off of little crippled kids Like they're going by, you just kick the crutch out and went, well,
only the pro gun control little kids.
all right.
Come on, man. He respects responsible gun owners. Gun. I don't know.
Hey, I'm a gun and gun owner.
Yeah.
I own both.
You should
And
be an
Tic Tacs.
example of how all
Tic Tacs,
gun owners should
and
be.
guns. Not a gun guy. I'm a self-defense guy, and this idiot still pisses me off.
Yeah.
But you're the guy that he says everybody should look up to as the responsible gun owner.
Here's
So
what
if
I
you're
need.
responsible, why will you just give up your AR-15? I don't understand.
I need somebody to get some dirt on Hillary and give it to him. That'll cure everything.
I have information that will lead to the arrest of Hillary Clinton.
There it is. Give it to him. Let him say it. Like Hillary, just take him out. Like it's like she kills everybody else. So, you know.
So Ed Adamski says he doesn't work for
Allegedly.
you. Kat says, yes, this is torture. Cody Johns, anything that comes out of his mouth ain't worth a velvet painting on a whale and dolphin getting it on.
I am going on Amazon tonight to find me a velvet painting of a dolphin.
A whale and dolphin
whale.
getting it on.
I'll have it right here.
Yeah.
Oh,
Any more?
nice.
You got another one? Play another one.
Oh. It's
I don't know. Just play one.
nice.
According to new data just released by the Center for Disease Control and
Here it
Prevention,
comes.
guns are the #1 killer of children in the United States of America.
That's a lie.
I
Number
don't see
one
this
killer.
yet.
It's a lie.
More
That's
than
been
car
debunked 1,000
accidents,
times.
More than
Complete
cancer.
lie.
Over the last 2 decades,
That's just a
more
complete lie.
school-age children have died from guns than on-duty police officers and active-duty military combined. Think about that.
I don't know about that.
More
That's also a
kids
lie.
than on-duty cops killed by guns. More kids than soldiers killed by guns. For
Well, that could be
God's
over the
sake.
last year or two because
How much
other
more
than the
Yeah, but
13
Biden
that he got
willing to
killed in
accept?
Afghanistan, there hasn't really
How
been
many more
any.
innocent American lives must be taken before we say enough? Enough. I know that we can't prevent every tragedy, but here's what I believe we have to do. Here's
Throw
what
your
the
ass out of
overwhelming
office?
majority of American people believe we must do. Here's what the families in Buffalo and Uvalde in Texas told us we must do.
Here it comes.
We need to ban assault weapons and high-capacity magazines.
Boom.
And if
There
we
it
can't
is.
ban assault weapons,
Boom.
then we should raise the age to purchase them from 18 to 21. Strengthen background checks. Enact safe storage law and red flag laws. Repeal the immunity that protects gun manufacturers from liability. Address the mental health crisis,
Not what it does, by the way.
deepening the trauma of gun violence and as a consequence of that violence. These are rational, common sense measures.
Common
Here's
sense.
what it all
Everybody's
means.
favorite
It all
phrase.
means this.
Common sense.
We should reinstate the assault weapons ban and high-capacity magazines that we passed
that
in
works so well.
1994 with bipartisan support in Congress
Tell me how well
and the
it worked.
support of law enforcement. 9 categories of semi-automatic weapons were included in that ban, like AK-47s and AR-15s. And in the 10 years it was law, mass
Here it
shootings
comes.
went down. But after
also
Republicans
a
let the
lie.
law expire in 2004, and those weapons were allowed to be sold again,
30 more
mass
seconds.
shootings tripled. Those are the
surprised-
facts.
I'm surprised you
A
stayed
few
awake that
years
long.
ago, the family of the inventor of the AR-15 said he would have been horrified to know that its design was being used to slaughter children and other innocent lives instead of being used as a military weapon on the battlefields, as it was designed.
He's got some crybaby
That's
lefty
what
on
it
it.
He did not design the AR-15 to be used as a military weapon on the battlefield. It was specifically designed not to be used as a military weapon on the battlefield.
So Ed says, I'm going to stop watching you guys. You keep this up.
Hey, I don't blame you. They make me.
Ah. That's right. Comments. It's all about commenting. Comment.
Trauma listening to him.
Look, we got to talk about the news that's going on.
What? He's an idiot? That's not news. That's common knowledge. He's a lying bitch. That's common knowledge.
Yeah, there's
Make
about
up
1,000
stats.
lies in there.
Listen,
There's no way that
yeah,
more children die from that.
the Institute of Jackassness of North Dakota says that their findings are that no one is being killed by guns at all. There are no people getting killed by guns. So we don't really need to have any more gun laws. What people are getting killed by is lying bitch politicians. So we should ban them.
Especially if they have information leading to the arrest of Hillary Clinton.
Can't we just take him to like a stare factory and let him just walk up and down all day, and then we should be good?
No, he'll be fine. So yeah, that was all lies.
He has fallen down the stairs of Air Force One more than any other politician ever. All politicians combined.
Up the stairs.
Falling up the stairs.
Even worse than Gerald Ford.
Yeah. Well, you know what it was? He slipped on an AR-15. Oh, look out for a Glock. Oh, no. Oh, 33-round magazine. Oh, geez. Oh, yeah, there's our leader right there.
So Cody John says we should get rid of AR-15s and replace with AR-10s because they're five ARs.
That's right. They're five
ARs lower. That's true. 5 ARs lower. 5 assault rifles lower.
There it is.
Assault rifle 15. 15 deaths per assault rifle. That's what it stands for.
The world be a safer place. That's it.
Yeah. So there you go. So yeah, that's Joe Biden's big speech. Y'all can watch the rest of it if you want. It's like 18 minutes long. You want me to just play the entire speech?
Why would I watch
we
the
got
rest
like
of it?
18 minutes left.
Oh no.
Why would I watch the rest of it?
Who's our last 3? No, I think we pissed everybody off enough.
Gary's just like taunting me to see if a vein like pops in my head or something.
She's still better than say.
All right, play it.
Give it to me.
1 more minute and 30 seconds. Hang in there with us, chat. 1 minute, 30 seconds.
Some folks will say 18-year-olds can serve in the military and fire those weapons. But that's with training and supervision by the best trained experts in the world. Don't tell me raising the age won't make a difference. Enough. We should repeal the liability shield that often protects gun manufacturers from being sued for the death and destruction caused by their weapons. They're the only industry in this country that has that kind of immunity. Imagine if the tobacco industry had been immune from being sued. Where we'd be today. The gun industry's special protections are outrageous. It must end. And let the
Wait a minute. Let me ask you something. Like, isn't that the friggin' idiot that said you couldn't sue the pharmaceutical companies?
Oh yeah.
For the vaccines? Like, that's the same guy, isn't it?
They were given immunity for the vaccine, so that's not the only industry that doesn't have.
Isn't that what he's talking about? Isn't it? Wasn't it him that did that?
Well, no, that
Maybe
was
what
actually
happened when he fell up the stairs one of the times. He hit his head so hard he forgot about that.
No, it was actually at the end of the Trump administration when the vaccine was invented, but still, he's keeping it going.
Can you sue car manufacturers if they use their cars for drunk driving?
So here's where he's wrong, and
I'm not a lawyer.
So many other things. But here's the difference. So what he's talking about is the immunity from being sued law that specifically applies to guns, but it only specifically applies to guns if people use them illegally. So if I buy a gun from Colt and I go murder 10 people with it, the people who got murdered can't sue Colt because Colt didn't kill those 10 people. The guy who bought the gun killed those 10 people. If Colt manufactures a gun that's defective and somebody buys it and goes and shoots it at the range and it blows up in their face and kill them, that person can still sue Colt because they sold them a defective product. Mm-hmm. What you can't do is sue Colt just because somebody else used it in a bad way. So the analogy to cars is correct in that if somebody goes and buys a Ford truck and then plows over 10 people, you can't sue Ford and say that guy bought your truck and killed me with that truck. But if you buy a Ford truck and the brakes don't work on it and the brakes fail and you crash, you can sue Ford because they sold you a faulty truck. So the only reason that specific law applies to guns is because nobody wants to sue Ford for running them over, but they want to sue the gun companies because people don't want to put Ford out of business, but people want to put Colt out of business. So they had to pass that law to protect the gun industry because they specifically were going to be targeted for the way people use their products. What he wants is the reverse of that, and he wants the gun industry treated differently than every other entity because he wants them sued not because of a defective product. He wants them to be sued simply because of what their product does, which is why he's an idiot, he's wrong, and he's completely backwards. So thank God they have that. That was one of the other things he did with his executive order is because the only tiny little loophole you can get in that, and that's why he brings up the tobacco industry, is because what the tobacco industry did was they lied about their product. They
Right.
told people it doesn't give you cancer. They created fake research that said it doesn't give you cancer, and then it gave people a bunch of cancer. That's why they sue the tobacco companies. They didn't sue the tobacco companies just because their cigarettes gave them cancer. If they'd have put that warning label that we all know that's now on tobacco cigarettes from the day they produced those cigarettes, they wouldn't have been able to sue the tobacco industry. They didn't sue them because their cigarettes gave them cancer. They sued them because they lied to trick people into buying their cigarettes. So what this administration thinks is they actually believe that the gun manufacturers are doing the same thing. They believe that the gun manufacturers are marketing their firearms to mentally unstable individuals, young people, people who shouldn't have these guns. And so one of his other executive order things that he did was he ordered the attorney general to look into the marketing that the firearm industry uses to sell their guns to see if there's a way that they can go after them the way they went after the cigarette manufacturers by finding false advertising and stuff in their marketing. So that is one weird little thing that he put in his executive order as well.
When was the last serial killer, commercial you saw, like
Right.
Knight's Armament run?
Right.
Oh.
They don't really even do any advertising. You can't advertise. You can't have gun commercials on TV.
Right.
Like,
so what are they going to research?
Right. You're going to go look in the Concealed Carry magazine, I guess, or the Hunters Quarterly or whatever, and find an article that says, if you want to kill 50 kids in one shooting, buy my gun. Yeah. So, but it's just it's another way to try and find a loophole around that law. So there you go.
Maybe he's gonna.
And the other thing is,
gonna keep more guns and let them go to Mexico to drug cartels, so they could kill more of our federal agents.
Right.
So
well,
that seems
this
to be
is the same guy. This is the same guy. This is the same party. These are the same people who tell you that an 18-year-old can't have an AR-15, but yet a 12-year-old can switch their genders.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, because
a 9-year-old knows whether they're a girl or a boy at 9, and it's okay to give them puberty blockers, lop off their breast, do all those other kind of things. But at 18, they don't know whether they can handle a firearm or not. Like you got to pick your thing there. If you're telling somebody you can't drive until you're 16 because your brain isn't formed enough to drive, you can't have a gun or vote until you're 18 because your brain isn't formed enough to make a decision about those things. But yet at 8, 9, 5, however fucking age they want to pick, you're old enough to know whether you want to have your penis chopped off or not. I mean, it's the dumbest shit. So yes, this is the same man who has that mentality when it comes to children. If you cut off your dick, you can have an AR-15. That's my opinion. As simple as that.
I'm thinking there are some nice AR-15s out there.
It might be worth. Well, some of them you have to cut an arm and a leg off to pay for the damn thing. So maybe your penis might be right along with it. So anyway, all right, let's move on from the Joe Biden stuff. Let's do something a little bit more fun.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Maybe my pain level will go down.
And Ed said, bye.
Now we're getting into the good stuff. Tell him to stay.
Oh, stay, Ed, stay. And Tony McCarthy's on.
Tony,
Yeah, he called me the other day.
did
He wanted to go up to Bienville. So I told him,
he?
you go
We got-
fishing, but that's about it.
We got screwed over at Bienville.
Yeah, I know.
So
Oh.
I'm gonna start with a funny Irish joke, kind of related to firearms. I'm gonna do my best Irish accent.
All right,
A sobbing Miss Murphy.
Oh,
A sobbing
another
Miss
one.
Murphy approaches Father
Yeah.
O'Grady after Mass. He says, "So, what's bothering you?" I suck at accents. She replies, "Oh, Father, I've terrible news. Me husband passed away last night." And the priest says, "Oh, Mary, that's terrible. Did he have any last request?" "Why, certainly, Father." He said, "Please, Mary, put down that damn gun."
What these? I missed it.
Oh, you got to say it
Yeah,
again.
you're not paying
Michael's done.
attention. You're jibber jabbering over
No,
there
I
about
did.
other
It's
unrelated stuff.
I need to get some medication to make my pain go down. Give it to me again. Give it to me.
Oh my God. I'm going to do it this time without my Irish accent. So a sobbing Miss Murphy approaches Father O'Grady after Mass. He says, "So what's bothering you?" And she says, "Oh, Father, I've terrible news. My husband passed away last night." And the priest says, "Oh, Mary, that's terrible. Did he have any last request?" "Certainly, Father," she replied. He said, "Please, Mary, put down that damn gun." So that was his last request. Put down the gun. All right. And then I promised last week I would try and find some funny Irish firearm stories. I found
So
one
give it
that's
to
kind
me.
of funny.
What do you got?
So, headline: Retired New York PD cop living in Ireland triggers massive raid over his old gun. April 30th, 2022. Listen to this. It's hilarious. An 88-year-old retired NYPD cop living out his golden years in Ireland was busted in a dragnet worthy of a Hollywood movie for keeping an old decommissioned revolver in his home. The daring morning police raid was the largest in recent memory in the tiny village of Swanlinbar, County Cavan, population 200, when up to 10 armed officers in 6 vehicles descended on the picturesque postcard hamlet. "I said to them, I wish it was fucking loaded because I would have blown every fucking one of you away," Jude McGovern recalled to the Post. "The firing pin was removed from the gun a long time ago, and it is no longer functional." "Can you imagine?" the outraged octogenarian said. "About 10 of them forced in my front door around 9:30 in the morning when I was out of the house, and then I come back and find 4 of them going through my furniture looking for my gun." The feisty Irishman, who grew up in Swanlinbar, speculates that law enforcement learned about his relic of a firearm from social media after a visitor to McGovern's home a few years ago snapped a playful picture of the gun and posted it on Facebook. Ireland's police force, known as An Garda Síochána, Irish for Guardians of the Peace, there you go, sounds like a Marvel movie, told the Post it does not comment on named individuals, but did confirm it executed a search warrant. A suspected unlicensed firearm was seized and sent to ballistics unit for analysis, the statement said. Former served at Rikers Island said Irish cops told him they would return his gun, quote, when it was justified by a gunsmith that it is inoperable. So there you go. In Ireland, you can have an inoperable firearm, and you'll get a 10-cop search warrant and a 200 down to pull your stuff away. Although McLaren never declared the gun on his return to Ireland, he did declare it and completed the paperwork at Newark Airport before his 1996 departure for Ireland. He said the piece holds sentimental value. So he's had that gun in his house since 1996, and they raided it and took it. So there you go.
So decommissioned.
I thought that was funny.
Well, here's my thing. Decommissioned, okay? Was the firing pin removed or was the gun made inoperable?
I don't know. Is that a question for you? You're the gun guy.
Oh, I'm a self-defense guy.
Yeah, but you know about guns.
It goes like this. If I get an AR-15, I take the firing pin out of it. That doesn't make it okay for me to take it to freaking Ireland.
Right. Yeah, apparently they have a pretty strict firearm rule over there.
I'm gonna go to Canada, get me a Browning, take the firing pin out, and bring it down into the country, and be like, "Well, it's got no firing pin."
Glenn asked me today if I could take my gun down into Mexico when I go. I said, no. No.
Yeah, clearly not. Ask Kyle Busch that question, and the answer will be
I
no.
was gonna say
You can
the
take
same
it down
thing.
there. You can
Is
take
he
it down
still in-
there, but you ain't gonna be able to bring it back. And if you get caught with it down there, you're gonna be screwed. He said, "No common sense prevailed in this incident. I enjoy my few rum and cokes at night, but I didn't even drink during Lent. I am not interested in doing anything notorious at 88 years of age." That's an interesting quote.
Jeez.
He definitely sounds like an old crotchety Irishman.
He was working at Rikers Island, man.
Yeah. In the
When
60s,
he was
too,
working at
when it was like
Columbus,
the real
nice-
Rikers Island. Yeah. Not like the fake Rikers Island they probably do now. That was a real Rikers Island in the 60s.
That's-
But I thought that was funny.
When I was working up in Massachusetts, I had a guy in Seg that was from. Oh no, he was from the riots of Attica. That's what it was.
Hmm.
Oh, Attica. Oh, yeah.
He's the guy. You ever hear that about we turn the water off? You ever hear that?
I don't know.
So we had a problem with people pulling the pin out of the sprinkler system, right? And there's so much pressure, like a big metal boob, and they pull the front out, and so much water comes out, it would literally fill the cell up with water, right? So what happens? He came to me one day and he goes, "Hey, Mike, I want to talk to you." I'm like, "What's up?" He goes, "This is going on, and they're not helping me at all. So at 3:35, I'm going to wait for you to leave. And once you leave, I'm going to pull the pin." I'm like, "You can't tell me that, right?" He goes, "I just want to let you know that I'm not doing it, because I respect you. So I'm not going to do it while you're here." And I'm like, "Dude, you can't tell me that." Right. So we go up and I got with another one. So I'm not going to mention his name because
Uh-oh.
I don't know about this story. You know what I mean? And we're sitting there, and I says, "All right, here we got a problem. So and so is going to pull the thing. Right after 3:30, we'll change his shift." And he goes, "Well, we can fix that, right?" So we waited, and they were looking, and they see him go up, and they see him go to pull the pin out, right? So we thought we would be smart and turn off the water. Little
Right, so
did
he
we
pulled the
know,
pin
if
out,
we
the water
turned
doesn't
off
come
the
out.
water, we get the same result. The alarm goes off, the fire department's called, they show up, and they show up, and everybody's like looking around because we thought the guy pulled it, and that's why everything was happening. And they're like, "What jackasses shut the water off?" And we were like, "Oh." They're like, "Must be you two jackasses. Why would you shut the water? It sets the alarm off, blah, 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 blah." We're like, "Oh." So that's what we get for thinking on that part.
Yeah.
William McCarthy.
Shit just backfired on you.
What up, brother?
Haven't seen them in a long time.
We were so proud of ourselves, too. Like, good thing we shut the water off. He already set the alarm off.
So your St. Patty's Day plans tomorrow, Mike, are to go to a baseball game.
No, to go be Irish and Bostonian at a Red Sox game. There's a difference.
Fake Boston, though.
It's Boston South.
Right,
It's
it's
like where all the
Floridian Boston.
retired drunk Irish go. Like, there's more
I know.
Irish in Boston than there is in Dublin.
Good chance. What about you, Jules? Anything big tomorrow?
I'm working on my taxes tomorrow.
I'm going to do that too. Not all day. I mean,
Oh.
some part of the day tomorrow I am. Some part of the day I am, but not all day.
Are we doing any corned beef and cabbage anywhere? We should do that.
Ooh, yeah.
Who you talking to? I don't eat that crap.
What am I talking? What do you mean?
don't
Who am I
eat that?
talking? Why
You don't eat
not?
that?
What are you, a vegan?
No, I'm gonna get a Shamrock
Just fall
shake.
off
That'll
some
probably be the
stairs.
extent of my Irish food for tomorrow. Give me a Shamrock Shake. I'll have some Lucky Charms for breakfast, and then probably like a Shamrock Shake at lunch.
I want to eat some corned beef and cabbage tomorrow night. Where are we going? We need to go someplace. Where are we going?
Why don't you make it?
Kind
I
of
gotta-
defeats the purpose of where we going. Like basically what you said is nowhere.
Isn't there a place down off of Lakewood Ranch, Ed's Bar or something like that? Isn't there?
So
Irish
there's
down there?
2 issues. Number one, there is an Irish restaurant called McGrath's right on downtown Lakewood Ranch. They are having a big St. Patty's Day thing tomorrow. They're shutting down the road a little bit and having music and dancing and all kinds of corned beef and hash and drink specials at the place at the ranch. So that would be a cool place for people to go. My problem is that a friend of mine's birthday is March 17th, and his wife is planning a surprise. Hope he's not watching the show. Is planning a surprise birthday party thing for him tomorrow night. So my night is booked because I have to go to that. Not have to. I want to. It'll be fun. It'll be a good party.
Not anymore. You don't
I
have
can't
to.
go out. Well, that's true too. I'm pretty sure he doesn't watch his show,
Aw.
so I can't go. But other people could. That would have been my place to go had we not had this other engagement.
So, remember we were at a place like 2 weeks ago, and the guy come up and goes, "You look familiar.
Mm-hmm.
What do I remember you from?" I said, "Well, I'm the instructor at Take Aim." He's like, "Oh, I don't think that's it." Well, I was back there the other day. And the guy
Yeah.
comes and goes, I know where remember you from. And I'm like, where? And he's like, Frontside Press.
Oh yeah. Nice.
Nice.
He used to hang out with
See,
Skinny.
we're getting it out there. Did you tell him to subscribe to Musings with MGL?
I always do. Speaking of that, why don't you let everybody know how many we got watching now? We got 10 yet?
Nah, probably not.
You know, we used to have like 1,800 watching when we were in season 1.
Like live?
Yeah, we were like
Oh,
season
be
1
great.
was insane.
It was
Season
crazy.
one
We
was
have 6
crazy.
people watching. This is ridiculous.
That's where all the rules
What happened?
came from.
We didn't take that long of a break.
That was season 1. That was 8 years ago.
Yeah.
Right.
And that was a long time ago.
Because, yeah, I remember towards the end, even at the studio, it was probably only realistically in the 20s or 30s at the most live. Same people.
Yeah.
And that was when you
But
were giving away shit.
You also got to understand, at one point, we were reaching 600. Our highest number was 666,000 a month
Yeah.
Right.
in
They shut us
28 years.
down.
Yeah.
And then they shut
I
us down.
remember that.
You know, and it went in a toilet. You know what I mean? And don't worry, we'll figure out how to build this up.
Yep.
Yeah, we got to figure something out.
We're gonna boost it.
How do you boost it?
We pay like $20.
So, boost. Well, yeah, you got to pay. Like if it's on Facebook, you can boost. YouTube, you can't really do that though. Like people just got to watch live, or you guys got to pick up subscribers or whatever. So
Here's what we
figure it
got.
out.
We gotta have
Yeah,
somebody
YouTube, you
watch
can
live.
boost. Correct.
So-
I don't disagree.
If you haven't gone over to Musings with MGL,
See,
Right.
the musings with MGL.
all right, go over there and subscribe. All right, because we got to get him to 1,000. Like, he's paying all this money for us to get him to 1,000. We ain't getting him to 1,000.
Nah, that's all right.
So let's get to 1,000.
We need to get some sponsors too.
Yeah. Oh, John Burke.
Eat a
said,
bag of dildo sponsors or whatever.
Mass exodus. Biden made folk puke.
John,
Um,
go over there
right,
and like the channel.
I'm gonna
What?
get everybody out of here on this. So I'm gonna go through. I got a couple words of advice as a defense attorney on what not to do on St. Patty's Day.
St.
'Cause
Patty's Day.
everybody's gonna. Yeah, everybody's going to drink, obviously party, have fun, be Irish. But here's my list of things not to do. Number one, obviously don't drink and drive. Call an Uber, call a freaking friend, have a designated driver, do something like that. DUIs in Florida especially are extremely expensive. everything is going to cost you money. The lawyer, the bail, the fines, the probation fees, those commercials where they talk about how expensive DUIs are, they're true. And of course, that's just for a regular DUI. If you happen to obviously run over or murder an entire family in a car, you're not going to be able to sue Ford or Kia or whatever car you're driving. But obviously, you're going to go to prison for a long time, and you've murdered people, and you could be sued and everything else like that. So please just take a cab, call Uber, call Lyft, whatever. Don't drink and drive. Also, don't use your firearm if you're drunk.
Oh, God.
Florida statute 790.15, using firearm while under the influence of alcoholic beverages, chemical substances, or controlled substances is a second-degree misdemeanor, punishable by 60 days in the county jail. Not to mention a lawyer, not to mention fines and court costs. So do not use your firearm if you are intoxicated and your normal faculties are impaired. Oddly enough, Section 5 of that statute says this section does not apply to persons exercising lawful self-defense or defense of one's property. So you can be drunk off your ass and still use your gun and still be able to do it in lawful self-defense or defense of one's property. But if you're just waving it around, shooting in the air, you're going to be in trouble. Well, I would imagine your intoxication would be a pretty good argument for the prosecutor to say that you were not acting in self-defense because you were drunk off your ass. So do not use your firearm.
You can't be drunk and get attacked? Is that what you're trying to say?
You are impaired. That's correct. No, you can be drunk and get attacked.
Drunk people get attacked all the time.
So, yeah, Cody, last question, last thing. Does testosterone count in that?
As a substance? It's not a controlled substance.
It's controlled.
By you.
By me.
Carrie's got to go home.
All right.
And then, well, she said a hideout at 9:30. And then, right. There's a couple of other things. I have some clips of things you also shouldn't do. So play the "Don't Do This" clip. You shouldn't ride a bike.
That's great.
If you are intoxicated or if you are 80 years old with onset dementia, do not ride a bike. Call an Uber.
Where'd you go, Mr.
Get
President?
other people. And do not walk upstairs. If you are intoxicated or are 80 years old with early onset dementia, do not walk up the stairs. So don't drink and drive, don't use your firearm, don't walk upstairs, and don't ride a bike. That's my advice for what to do. Everything else, knock yourselves out. Go Irish.
Yeah.
That it? Dead air.
That's it.
All right, subscribe to Musings with MGL. Join us every Friday. Every Thursday at 8-ish. Front Sight Press. Mike, Julie. Like us on Facebook, share, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. Please tell your friends.
Yeah.
Happy St. Patty's Day. And if
have
you
a great day tomorrow.
Any of those things I just told you not to do, call Musings with MGL.
There you go.
There it is. Peace.
Top of the morning to you.